Hey, what's going on out there, YouTube family? This is Samuel Leggett representing Team JVS. I'm back here again for another review. This time is for episode 1 of Primal. This was directed by the legend. I can't believe when I had the chance I didn't meet this man. Like, for real. It's twice. New York Comic Con, we didn't get the opportunity to be able to meet or do any kind of interviews with him. I even missed the screening. Like, got invited to the screening, couldn't get there. I went downstairs to try to meet up with the producer. Either way, couldn't do it. I'm talking about Genndy. I'm gonna call him Genndy T, because I'm gonna mess up his last name. I apologize for that. But this man has been responsible for some of the best, directing some of the best shows in Cartoon Network history. Now let's go down the list real quick. Two Stupid Dogs, Dexter's Laboratory, even Pokemon, Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack, Star Wars, The Clone Wars. I'm talking about the 2D animation. Hotel Transylvania 2, The Next Generation of Samurai Jack. He brought that back. And, of course, Hotel Transylvania 3, and now Primal. Now, I'm going to say this from rip. I don't know if I'm going to go into spoiler territory. I think I can talk around it as best I can. I'll try. This is probably one of the most gory, man, how do I put this? US produced animated films or shows I think I've ever seen. To be honest with you, like, because normally anime has this stigma of being very ultra violent, sometimes unnecessarily, but sometimes for the narrative to make sense, it needs to go there, and this is one of those instances. And there's only but a few like American-made, animations that kind of like go there. You know what I'm saying? But this one went there. In the opening shots, like, you got the main character, Spear, he's just kind of going fishing, and just sitting there killing fish, and you see the blood, and you're just like, dang, that's violent. But then, like, it's some terrible things that happen. Like, it's this packs of T-Rexes that go and on this rampage, and they start to kill different people that he loves. And like the way that they explicitly show it and the imagery behind it, like, I was like, oh my gosh. And it's crazy because realistically it makes sense. Now the way that he moves and like how strong he is and what he's able to do, I'm not saying that's realistic necessarily, but I mean, I don't know how else he would be able to survive in a situation like that, you know what I'm saying? Or anybody for that matter. And so he had to refine himself to his circumstance. And it was just like the way they have his movements and his ability to be able to attack and his speed and his power, like, it was beautiful to actually really watch. But him as a character and what he had to go through, bro, it was tormenting. Because there was at one point that he had like, the imagery showed him at this mountain peak, and he just was like looking at it, and he looked like he was about to jump off. Like, he looked like he was literally about to commit suicide. And I was kind of like, and he's kind of getting me kind of teared up right now. I ain't even... Anyway. It was hard. It was hard to actually watch. And then there's this moment where he sees like these other T-Rexes, and like he was about to go and attack one of the T-Rexes. Granted, this wasn't the same T-Rex that did this to him. But he had that still prejudice against what happened to the people that he loves. I don't want to say who it was, because I think that's a big part of the pivotal part of the story. But then he looked at, this dinosaur's like babies, and like he realized like he couldn't do it. And then the same exact T-Rexes that attacked him attacked this Rex, and it was just like more tragedy started to go down. And I was like, yo, as somebody kind of watching it as an audience person, like, it's hard. But you go and you put yourself in to the heart of this same dude just watching this go, and it's just like, he could have just left and let it be, but he didn't. Like, he chose to fight, he chose to help, he chose to do what he could. And it was just like, from that point, now you have this T-Rex, this good T-Rex, working together with this man. And it's like, if I had to go deep on it, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of times where, somebody might do something against you, or somebody might do something against your family or your loved one. And it's easy to go and fall into this prejudice kind of like thought about this race of people, or these specific type of people, or these group members. And like, this character had to refine within himself to do what was right. You know what I'm saying? And that, from a director standpoint and an imagery standpoint, is so pivotal. Because I think that, honestly, with the Clone Wars, he did that so beautifully with Anakin's turn within his 2D Clone Wars, when he had to go and fight the girl. And it was kind of like, he did it out of necessity, but then you start to see like him needing power and needing to do this, needing to be more, you know? And it's so reflective of that. Jack, in Samurai Jack, like, there's different layers to him, specifically in that 5th season, when you start to pull back to everything that happened to him and how that made him callous and cold, and how that can easily happen to anybody. Like, there's so many different, like, things about the human nature that he's able to pull out of his animations, whether it's like, it's visceral and dark and like gory as this, or if it's as refined as something like Dexter's Laboratory. You know what I'm saying? Like, omelette du fromage. Like, I mean, for real, like, who hasn't been in a situation like that? Like so, I think the first episode was really great. It drew me in. It was very violent, very gory. This is not for kids at all. This is definitely on Adult Swim, and rightfully so. I'm going to continue to do coverage for this. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that bell button. Let me know what you thought about the first episode. Please, in the comment section, don't leave any spoilers, because I know that the rest of the episodes have already premiered. I'm just late to the party. And I'm about to go and do a review for Promised Neverland. And I think I might do a review for Demon Slayer as well. We'll see. Anyway, keep it locked. JBS, we ain't gonna stop. Have a blessed one, guys. Peace.